Um, a lot of people believe, those who believe they have a soul, they believe that their soul to their body is a one-to-one. It's like Red Bull and vodka, like a one-to-one. It's a one-to-one ratio. I've got a soul, and it's like that in the songs, with all my body and all my soul, They, as if someone has any clue of what all their soul would be. I know what all my body would be. I mean, that I can measure. But all my soul, I don't know if I can measure that. Turns out that your soul is really, really big, and it's really big simultaneously. In other words, the awareness you have of being aware of yourself in this room, right? You're aware that you're aware? Is everyone aware they're aware? Yeah, so the awareness you have of your awareness in this room, that's the outer edge of your awareness of the soul, because you're aware that you're aware of being in this room. Now that awareness is your pure consciousness, and that's already soul stuff, that consciousness. I have it too, we all share it, it's the same. There's no real difference between your pure consciousness and my pure consciousness. It's just consciousness. The only difference between your pure consciousness and my pure consciousness is I have a story of my life and you have a story of your life. And my story includes all its details and your story includes all its details. But other than that, if you strip us of all those details, which we spoke about before, if you strip us of our narrative, we're back to pure consciousness. There? Now, you're only aware of that. You can only really be aware of that consciousness. But there are aspects of your soul that are simultaneously existing in all kinds of different realms. Meaning you are the other end, like the part of you that's conscious in this room, and those watching this are conscious of this, you are the other end of a long, long journey, no time elapse, a long, long journey, so to speak, a long, long journey of soul that moves its way down all these realms. There's all these parallel metaphysical realms, meaning this is the physical, and then there's the metaphysical, which is beaming this into existence. But the thing is I think a lot of you know the doctrine of Tzimtzum, the doctrine of metaphysical parallel realms that are beaming into this one. A lot of you may at least be familiar with that in concept. But you probably never thought about the fact that your soul is running through those. So, for example, our world is called the world of Asiya. That's the physical world. This is the world of Asiya. And the part of you, that consciousness that you're conscious of being here, is called the nefesh, or at least the bottom of the nefesh. By the way, they all have gradations. That's called the nefesh. The consciousness is called the nefesh. Then there's a realm called Yetzirah. It's right above our realm. It's a parallel realm. When I say right above our realm, meaning right above all the realms of our world, which is Asiya, which has multiple realms. But once you're done with those, you head to Yetzirah. Yetzirah has a part of you called the Ruach. So you all have a Ruach. So you have a Nefesh, then you have a Ruach. Let's practice some words. Everyone say the word Nefesh. Nefesh. That's in the world of Asiya. Asiya. And then you have the next level, it's called the Ruach. Everyone say Ruach. Ruach. And the Ruach's in a realm called Yetzirah. Yetzirah is a realm where it's filled with literally quadrillions, or we should really say godzillions of beings. You know what godzillion is? Godzillion is God only knows how many zillion. There's a godzillion of beings there. There's no word in English for these beings. I mean, they'll call them angels, but they're not. That doesn't mean anything. They're in Hebrew they're called malachim, and there's a godzillion of them, and their job is basically to be the last of a very long line of gradations to then beam stuff into our world. They're the last. They've got a one-to-one with us. So like the molecules of water inside this cup of water has a one. Every molecule of water in here has a one-to-one malach. And again, they're just beings. There's no better word than beings. There's a one-to-one for every molecule of water in here, which is molecules, because it's H2O, right? That's why H is mem and Yud is oxygen. Yud floats up in the air. So the word water means nothing, but H2O means two hydrogen and oxygen. Notice it's two mems and a Yud. It's mayim. This is mayim. Every other language, the words are symbolic, except for Hebrew, where the word is the stuff. Like you're actually talking in realms. Every time you're speaking Hebrew, you're really doing alchemy. Like you're playing with Kabbalistic realities. just by speaking Hebrew. That's why the sun, for example, shin is fire, it's carbon, it's burning, and the mem is hydrogen. And what's the sun? A shemesh, a burning ball of hydrogen. It's mem engulfed in shin. And that's the sun.